the Maruti Suzuki Swift. It's a car which simply does not need any introduction, and so I'm not going to give it one. But what I will tell you is that in over 10 years in India, this car has sold 13 lakh units. And what that essentially means is that this is all the premium hatchback that you will ever need. But after 10 long years, is this still the premium hatchback that you want? Well, we all know how good the Swift really is, so we'll start this review by talking about some negative points first. If you are in the market for a car which offers lots of features and a big boot, go for the Hyundai i20. If you want a car which offers you a lot of class and luxurious image, go for the VW Polo. And if you're in the market for a car which offers you a lot of value, then head out and buy that Ford Figo. Well, with so many negatives out of the way, it's time to talk about the positives now. And this may take a while because there really are quite a few. Well, here I am now inside the Swift's cabin, and the first thing that really impresses you is the comfort on the front seats over here. These are the best seats not only in this category but also can trump some rivals who are more expensive and a category or two higher, both in terms of comfort as well as support. Well, the Swift gets an all-black dashboard, and even though this dashboard is now almost 4 years old, it still feels very youthful and very appealing. Unlike the VW Polo, which has a very boring looking dashboard, this car offers you a very energetic and peppy design. Well, quality levels are pretty decent, and it is at par with most rivals except the Polo, which is of course a step higher. And in terms of practicality, it's a pretty good place to be. You get one big cup holder over here. You get big door bins which can house those big water bottles, and you also get a cup holder over here in front of the passenger seat, which means that the passenger doesn't really have to hold on to that drink. And there's also a shelf to keep your wallet, your coins, as well as those toll receipts. Well, in terms of equipment, the Maruti Suzuki Swift now comes with a start-stop button, the obligatory Bluetooth for the stereo, as well as automatic climate control. Well, here I am now inside the rear seats of the Swift, and just like the front seats, the support on these seats, the cushioning is absolutely perfect. It's not too hard, and neither is it very soft like some of its rivals. And what that means is that long journeys should be pretty comfortable in this car. And as you can see, headroom is pretty decent, and kneeroom is pretty good as well. And I have adjusted the front seat for my driving position, and my height for reference is 5'10", and even then I have decent amount of kneeroom at the back. Well, the other area where the Swift impresses is in practicality, and even at the back you get big enough door bins which can house those big 1 litre bottles from your home. Well, the Swift is pretty wide at the back, and the cushioning is pretty good on these seats, and that along with the relatively low transmission tunnel on the back means that fitting 3 over here should not really be a big issue. Well, overall the Swift's cabin is one of the better cabins in this class, both in terms of overall design as well as equipment and quality. Well, here I am now driving the new Swift. This car of course comes with a 1.2 petrol as well as a 1.3 diesel engine, and both these engines are very good in terms of refinement, and even when you are revving both of them, including the diesel, they remain largely unobtrusive inside the cabin, and the cabin remains a very peaceful and quiet place. Where the Swift really excels, no matter which engine you choose, is in the gearbox department. It really is a very sweet gearbox. And if you really want to know the definition of slick, then this is the gearbox that you need to operate. It's efficient, it's really slick, and it's very precise. Well, both the engines suffer from a little bit of lag when you are below about 1500-1600 RPM. The diesel, of course, the turbo kicks in only around 2000 RPM, and that means that you have to constantly keep it in the best power band for improved performance. So 2000 and 4000, between those RPMs, if you keep the engine, it really does reward you. Well, the diesel engine that we are driving today is very good in terms of efficiency. At the moment on the onboard trip computer, it's showing an efficiency figure of about 20 kpl, which is very good, and we have been trashing this car around, and the AC has been on since the morning. So considering that, these figures are excellent figures. Well, another area where the Swift impresses is in its dynamic abilities. This is one of the most chuckable cars around. It's very easy to change directions in this car, and there's minimal body roll when you are pushing it into that corner. That, along with the crisp and engaging steering wheel, really makes it one of the better cars, if not the best car, for keen drivers. Well, Maruti are truly the masters when it comes to suspension tuning, and the Swift is the best blend of a comfortable ride as well as agile handling. While the Swift really enjoys quick lane changes and the chassis really does support keen drivers, it is a very agile chassis. If you enjoy those long highway trips, then this car will really reward you, because the ride on the Swift is very reassuring and very stable, and it does not feel skittish or bumpy at all when you are doing speeds in excess of 100 kph. And what all that means is that the answer to the question I asked at the start of this review is a resounding yes. The Maruti Suzuki Swift is all the premium hatchback that you will ever really need.